Port-au-Prince, Haiti, today. The streets are broken, buildings are collapsed, poverty is everywhere, children dig through trash for food, hospitals have no supplies, schools have no books, infrastructure does not exist. And when you ask why, the answer you get is always the same. Earthquakes, hurricanes, corruption, poor governance, natural disasters. But that is a lie. Haiti is not poor because of earthquakes. Haiti is poor because of a bill, an invoice, sent in 1825 by the government of France, demanding payment for freedom. Let me show you the document. A royal ordinance signed by King Charles VI of France. It states that Haiti, which had won its independence through the only successful slave rebellion in history, must pay France 150 million francs. In exchange, France will recognize Haiti as a sovereign nation. If Haiti refuses, French warships will invade, re-enslave the population, and restore colonial rule. 150 million francs. That is approximately 10 times Haiti's annual revenue at the time. In today's money, adjusted for inflation and interest, that debt is worth over $28 billion. And Haiti paid it for 122 years, until 1947. They paid with money they did not have. They paid by borrowing from French banks at extortionate interest rates. They paid by starving their own people. They paid by refusing to build schools, hospitals, or roads, because every franc they collected in taxes went to France. This is not history. This is a heist. And it is the birth of debt colonialism. The system where you do not need to occupy a country with soldiers. You just need to control its balance sheet. By the end of this video, you will understand how Haiti became the wealthiest colony in the world, how France turned that wealth into a permanent financial trap, and why this story is the blueprint for every debt crisis happening today. Let me take you back to the beginning. To understand the crime, you need to understand what was stolen. In the 18th century, Haiti was called Saint-Domingue, and it was not just a French colony. It was the most profitable colony in the world. It produced more wealth than all 13 American colonies combined. Sugar, coffee, cotton, indigo, all of it grown by enslaved Africans working under conditions so brutal that the average life expectancy on a plantation was 7 years. But the enslaved people of Saint-Domingue did something no other enslaved population had ever done. They won. In 1791, they revolted. Led by Toussaint Louverture, Jean-Jacques Dessalines, and others, they defeated the French army, the Spanish army, and the British army. In 1804, they declared independence. They renamed the country Haiti, and they became the first black republic in the world, the first nation born from a successful slave rebellion. France was humiliated. The wealthiest colony in the empire was gone. And worse, it set a dangerous precedent. If slaves in Haiti could win their freedom, slaves everywhere might try the same thing. So France decided to make an example out of Haiti, not with war, with debt. In 1825, King Charles VI of France sends a fleet of warships to the coast of Haiti. 14 ships, cannons loaded, aimed at Port-au-Prince. The French deliver an ultimatum. Pay us 150 million francs as compensation for the property we lost when you freed yourselves, or we will re-enslave you. Let that sink in. France is demanding that freed slaves pay their former masters for the crime of escaping slavery. The property France lost was not land. It was not buildings. It was people, human beings. And France is billing Haiti for the market value of those human beings. This is extortion. This is a ransom. But it is legal, because France has the guns, and Haiti, a newly independent nation with no navy, no allies, and an economy devastated by years of war, has no leverage. So Haiti signs. President Jean-Pierre Boyer agrees to the terms because the alternative is re-enslavement, and in that moment, Haiti's future is destroyed. Here's how the mechanism worked. Haiti did not have 150 million francs, so France offered a solution. French banks would loan Haiti the money at high interest rates. Haiti would then use that borrowed money to pay France. This is called double debt. You borrow money from the creditor to pay the creditor, and you spend the rest of your existence paying interest on a debt you took out to buy your own freedom. The initial loan was provided by a consortium of French banks. The interest rate was 6%, compounded annually, which means that even if Haiti made every payment on time, the total amount owed would balloon far beyond the original 150 million francs. And Haiti could not make the payments on time, because the payments consumed the entire national budget. In the 1820s and 1830s, approximately 80% of Haiti's government revenue went to debt service. 80%. That means there was almost nothing left for education, healthcare, infrastructure, or economic development. The country was trapped in a cycle. Borrow to pay. Borrow more to pay the interest on the previous loan. And watch your economy collapse because you have no capital to invest in anything productive. This is the debt trap, and it is not an accident. It is designed this way. Because the goal is not to get repaid. The goal is to keep the debtor permanently dependent, permanently extracting resources, permanently unable to develop. And it gets worse, because in 1838, France reduces the debt to 90 million francs, not out of mercy, but because even France realizes that 150 million is unpayable. The reduction is presented as generosity, but it changes nothing, because by this point, Haiti has already paid tens of millions in interest, and the new debt still requires decades of payments. By the late 19th century, Haiti is so financially desperate that foreign banks begin to circle. American banks, German banks, French banks, all of them offering loans, all of them taking control of Haitian customs, taxes, and ports as collateral. And in 1915, the United States decides it has had enough of European influence in the Western Hemisphere. So the United States invades Haiti militarily. U.S. Marines occupy the country. And one of the first things they do is raid the Haitian National Bank. They physically remove the gold reserves, $500,000 in gold, and they ship it to New York, to the National City Bank, which later becomes Citigroup. The gold is used as collateral for new loans that Haiti is forced to take from American banks. This is debt colonialism in action. You do not need to own the country. You just need to own its debt. And once you own the debt, you can dictate policy, extract resources, and ensure that the country never accumulates enough wealth to break free. Haiti does not finish paying the French debt until 1947, 122 years after the original demand. By that time, the country has paid an estimated total of over $21 billion in today's money. For what? For the crime of being born free. And what did Haiti get in return? Nothing. No schools, no hospitals, no roads, no industry, because every franc that could have been invested in development went to Paris, went to French banks, went to bondholders in Europe who had purchased Haitian debt as an investment. Now let me connect this to the present, because the same system still operates today. It just has different names. The International Monetary Fund, the World Bank, sovereign debt markets, structural adjustment programs. These are the modern tools of debt colonialism. And they work exactly the same way France's debt worked in 1825. A country needs money, maybe for development, maybe for disaster relief, maybe because a previous corrupt government borrowed recklessly. So the IMF or the World Bank offers a loan, but the loan comes with conditions. You must privatize state assets. You must cut social spending. You must open your markets to foreign corporations. You must prioritize debt repayment above everything else. And just like Haiti, the country takes the loan because it has no choice, and then it spends the next decades paying interest, while schools close, while hospitals run out of medicine, while infrastructure crumbles, because debt service comes first. This happened to Greece, to Argentina, to Zambia, to Sri Lanka, and it is still happening right now. Countries are trapped in debt they cannot repay, paying interest to creditors who will never forgive the principal. And the debtor nations are told that this is their fault, that they mismanage their economies, that they need austerity, that they need discipline. But the system is designed to create dependency, just like it was in 1825, because a debtor nation is a controlled nation. If you control a nation's money, you control its future, and the creditor does not want the debt to be repaid. The creditor wants the payments to continue forever. Look at what happened after Haiti's earthquake in 2010. The worst natural disaster in the country's modern history. Over 200,000 people dead, infrastructure destroyed, and the international community pledged billions in aid. But most of that aid never went to the Haitian government. It went to international NGOs, to foreign contractors, to consultants. The money was spent, but it was not spent by Haitians on Haitian priorities. It was spent by outsiders who decided what Haiti needed, and much of it was in the form of loans, which means Haiti is still paying for the earthquake recovery with interest. This is the same pattern, over and over: disaster, loan, dependency, control, and the debtor is never allowed to escape. So here's the question. Should France pay Haiti back? Not as charity, as restitution, for the 122 years of payments that Haiti made under extortion, for the economic development that was stolen, for the generations of Haitians who lived in poverty so that French bondholders could collect interest? France refuses. The French government says that the past is the past, that modern France is not responsible for the actions of the monarchy, that Haiti needs to move forward, not backward. But the wealth that Haiti paid still exists. It is in French museums, in French government accounts, in the portfolios of French families whose ancestors bought Haitian bonds. The money did not disappear. It just changed hands, and it was never returned. This is not a historical curiosity. This is an ongoing crime, because the effects of the debt are still visible. Haiti is the poorest country in the Western Hemisphere, not because of incompetence, not because of corruption, but because for 122 years it was systematically drained of capital by a creditor who demanded payment for freedom. And the lesson is this: debt is not just an economic tool. It is a weapon of control, a weapon of extraction, a weapon that does not require soldiers or occupation, just accountants and contracts and the threat of financial collapse. Haiti won its freedom on the battlefield in 1804, but it lost that freedom in the ledger in 1825, and it has been fighting to get it back ever since. The next time you hear about a debt crisis in the developing world, remember Haiti. Remember the invoice. Remember the warships. Remember the 122 years of payments, and ask yourself whether the debt is legitimate, or whether it is just extortion with a legal signature. Because if you can force a nation to pay for its own freedom, you can force a nation to pay for anything. And once the payments start, they never stop. Here's what I want you to do. Go to the comments right now. Do you think France should repay Haiti the $28 billion, adjusted for interest, that Haiti was extorted into paying? Should there be financial reparations for debt colonialism? Write one word: justice. Or passed. Let me know where you stand. And if this video made you see foreign aid and IMF loans differently, share it with someone who still thinks debt crises are caused by poor governance instead of design dependency.